welcome, welcome, welcome to the Abyss Tarot T.A.T. So today's picker card is your spirit animal messages. We are going to see what messages the spirit animals have for you today, okay? We're only doing 3 piles, and let's go ahead and take a look at the piles. So for pile 1, we have the armadillo, okay? Pile 1 is the cute little armadillo, okay? Pile 2, we have the swordfish, okay? Pile number 2 is the swordfish. And pile number 3 is the pigeon. Okay, pile number 3 is the pigeon. Okay, so go ahead, take a look at the piles. If you feel like picking more than one pile, go right ahead. Timestamps will be down below, and I'll see you at your reading. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you that chose pile number 1, the armadillo, I always like to associate the piles with an element, but since we're only doing 3 piles, we're doing modalities. And the modality of associate this pile with is mutable. So you could be a Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, or Sagittarius, okay? Right away, I just heard you have more qualities than you give yourself credit for, okay? I just heard it loud and clear. So, here with the armadillo, for those of you that chose the armadillo, you're probably somebody that's gone through a lot of things. The armadillo is said to appear after a fire. So that means change, right? That means having to rebuild after the fire. So you're definitely somebody that's had to rebuild yourself and change and adapt with things as you've been in the fire, as you've come out of the fire and you've gone through a lot of things. The armadillo gives me like Cancer vibes too, kind of like that Cancer energy of, you know how Cancer kind of basically everyone they love and care about, they put first ahead of themselves and they put themselves last. So with the armadillo energy, that's what I'm kind of getting here with you. Like maybe you're somebody that puts everybody's needs ahead of your own needs and you put yourself last. So with the armadillo, I'm also getting like you need to kind of start making yourself a priority. You need to start kind of looking at yourself and your needs and going forward to take care of your own needs for you instead of, everybody all the time. It can't be that way, right? You have to take care of you too, is what I'm getting. Um, but definitely you're somebody that is very caring. Um, Also with the armadillo, it's been said that the armadillo, you might be somebody basically that has like spiritual blindness. It's almost like you make yourself blind to what you do feel and know is the truth, but it's almost like not wanting to hear it, not wanting to accept it. So again, I feel like the armadillo saying like, come on, like you know a lot more than what you're giving yourself credit for, or you're just dismissing it, or maybe you're trying to give people the benefit of the doubt when you really shouldn't, or you're giving a second chance when you shouldn't. It's kind of like that type of energy that I'm getting here. So it's just kind of like the armadillo is like saying, trust your instinct, be watchful, pay attention, because the armadillo is also about going on your path, but not being so focused on your path that you get distracted from everything else going on around while you're walking that path, right? So it's kind of be aware of the people, the energies, and what's going on as you walk the path of your path, right? So kind of pay attention to. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. I already have your cards pulled here, and we're just going to pull a little bit of tarot, and that's going to be it. I want to kind of make it a little bit fast. So we have card 55 here. Nothing haunts us like the things we don't say. Yeah, and I do feel like you're somebody that, again, you keep a lot of things to yourself. You don't say a lot. You're aware of things, but it's kind of like you don't bring them up, or you dismiss them. Again, it's like you just um, almost don't want to hear them or don't want to accept them, and it's almost like turning a blind eye. Okay, and then we have 87 here with 6th chakra. Third eye chakra, I see, color indigo. See, you see a lot. You definitely see and know a lot, but you don't really claim it. You're not going to say it. You're not going to claim it. But here with the 6th chakra, the third eye, you definitely do have a lot of perception, spiritual perception too. But again, the armadillo does talk about spiritual blindness. So it's kind of like having the spiritual gifts, being able to see and feel the things, but then you just kind of say, no, no, I didn't really see that. I didn't really feel that. It's like you dismiss it or you just turn it off, right? And then we have another chakra here. Look, 84, third chakra, the solar plexus chakra, I do, color yellow. Yeah, so definitely doing things, right? Doing things that you feel are for you, because, oh, give me one second, please. Okay, sorry about that. There was someone at the door. But yeah, so here it's doing those things that bring you pleasure, doing the things that you want to do for you, because again, you're doing, right? With I do here, you're doing, but you're doing for everyone else. And then you're like, if I get to me at the end of the list, at the end of the day, then I'll do for me. But everybody else is going to get it first. So it's like doing for you too. You need to do for you. Then we have card 69 here. There are no secrets that time does not reveal. So there's a lot, again, a lot of secrets, a lot of things that you know that you don't say. In this house here, it's all broken down, right? It almost looks like it's been in a fire too. Kind of gives me that look of like some, just a really torn down house. Maybe it looks like it's been in a fire. It's been through some things. This house has seen things and been through some things. And again, I do feel like this is your energy. And this is the energy with the armadillo. It's like you've been through things. You've been through a lot of things, a lot of challenges. And here, there are no secrets the time does not reveal. Kind of goes with this house, with this card. Nothing haunts us like the things we don't say. In this house, and then him not talking, being haunted. So it's kind of like maybe you lived in a haunted house too, right? But anyways, it's kind of like being haunted by the things you don't say, the secrets you know, the secrets you keep, and there's a lot. There's a lot that you know, but it's kind of like you dismiss it, or you don't talk about it, you don't bring it up. Um, yeah, you definitely have been through a lot, but there's a lot too that you're not communicating and you're not sharing with people. Nothing haunts us like the things we don't say. There are no secrets the time does not reveal. Yeah, everything comes to the light. Also, you know that like people might be lying to you and you already know it, because again, I feel like you're somebody that really does feel it. It's gonna you already know too that it's gonna come to the light. So it's almost like sometimes you're like, well, why am I gonna reveal their secret? Because eventually that secret is gonna come out. That is gonna come to the light. So there's things that you know that are going to come to the light already. Okay, we have 80 here, breaking down to an 8 with turtle. Earth element. It's okay to take it slow. It's not a race, and you know what you're doing to get to the finish line. Okay, slow and steady wins the race. And again, it's kind of like with the armadillo. He says you're on your path, but also pay attention, look around. See what's on your path. Who's on your path? Who's riding with you? What's going on? So it's don't take the focus off your path, but also kind of be aware of the moments, of the people, what's going on, and again, it's not a race. The turtle says you're going to get to that finish line. 80 does break down to the number 8, which is the number of abundance. So money, right? You're trying to get to that money. You're trying to get to the pot at the end of the rainbow. You're trying to get to that coin, but it's like, there's other things on the way. There's other things that you're going to experience before you get there. Okay, we have 17 breaking down to an 8. 8 again. Okay, earth element again. Earth again. Crocodile. This person better get out of here with that fake Amber Heard crime bull. They stabbed you in the back. So yeah, so maybe you had somebody that stabbed you in the back. Maybe somebody you trusted, somebody told your secrets to, and they went and revealed them, and now you feel like you've been stabbed in the back. So you do feel maybe like you can't trust people, like you got to kind of pull yourself back, because I do feel very protective energy. With the armadillo, he does have his armor, right? I feel like he's very soft, very soft inside, but on the outside he has his armor. Okay, and it does say, row row, I am an armored armadillo curling into a ball for protection. Definitely protection here. You're somebody very protective of your energy. You're very protective of your words, and again, I feel like you don't talk a lot, you don't share a lot, and it could be because you did have somebody that you trusted, and they went and spilled all your secrets. Very hurtful things too, because we know that people say like crocodile tears, so maybe somebody that pretended that they cared, that they were a friend, and you cried to them, or they cried with you, and then they went and just revealed everything. But we do have 8 here twice. Okay. And we have 29 here, breaking down 2011, breaking down to a 2 with the goat. Earth element again. Oh, wow. I just know all 3 cards are earth element. Okay. The earth element we do have here in mutable is Virgo, but it could also be Taurus or Capricorn. It says your energy has upgraded and you climbed away from toxic habits and toxic people in your life. You are the goat. So yeah, so toxic habits, toxic people, and again, there's transformation here for you. You've gone through a lot of things. You've definitely gone through that dark night of the soul. You've come from, like, you've risen up basically from like mud and the dirt here with this lotus flower here with the sixth chakra. It's like you've had to come up from a lot of things that were very difficult, to get to your path, to get to what you're trying to accomplish in life. And that's probably why you're so protective too of your energy, of your loved ones, because of all the things that you've gone through. And then the backstabbing too didn't help, right? All right, so we have 40 breaking down to a 4 with jellyfish. Okay, air element. Okay, so here we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini is immutable here also. Okay, don't overthink, just go with the flow and don't let someone manipulate you and make you insecure. They want to see you caged and stuck in the shadow. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's somebody that was manipulative here, like with the crocodile and the jellyfish, earth and air here. These two cards, somebody, basically they were using you is what I'm kind of getting here. And the armadillo is like saying, keep protecting your energy. You're definitely somebody very protective of your energy. I feel like you're somebody that doesn't have a lot of friends. You're a little more solo, a little more quiet too. You're somebody a little more quiet. You don't talk a lot. You only say what needs to be said, and you don't throw in anything extra or sprinkle any sprinkles on that cake. Like you just leave it how it is. So I feel like you're somebody that is protective of your energy for sure. Okay. And then we have 9 here. 9, the number of completion. It's egg. Are you cleansing the slate to start a new venture? Look at that. So you're definitely on a new venture. Again, with the fire, with the armadillo showing up after a fire, meaning you have to rebuild, you have to start new. And here we have an egg. Okay, maybe you need an egg cleanse too, is what I'm getting. You might need to, do an egg cleanse on yourself. I prefer to do them on Tuesdays and Fridays, but you can do it whenever. Get the egg and cleanse your energy, right? Okay, so it says egg. Are you cleansing the slate to start a new venture? So there's something new here. There's a rebuilding here, a rebuilding of your relationships, of your foundation, of everything around you. There's a rebuilding here. Okay, we have 50 breaking down to a 5. Changes, choices, and challenges with door. Are you aware a new chance of luck is about to open up in your life? Look at that. So we have the egg where you're starting a new slate clean, and then the door is opening up for you. There's a chance of luck, it says. So there's definitely luck on your side. There's a new opportunity here coming in, and you're not even aware of it. It's almost like you're preparing or saying, hey, hopefully something good happens along this way, along this new path. It's almost like you're kind of giving yourself that, but you're not even aware that actually something good is about to happen. You're just maybe hoping for it, but it's actually coming, okay? We have 47 with crystals, okay? Breaking down to an 11, breaking down to a 2. What in your life needs to be healed? Look at that with the crystals. Okay, and we do have rose quartz and amethyst here. Rose quartz is for love, also self-love, and the amethyst is for your spirituality, for your connection here with that third eye, right? Okay, what in your life needs to be healed? So the armadillo is asking, you're very protective of your energy, you're very protective of your heart. You've had a lot of backstabbing, but what also within you needs to be healed? What do you need to do to heal that part of you that needs to put yourself on the list first? Because you put yourself on the list last. Everybody's first on that list. And then here's pile one putting themselves last. Well, if I get to myself at the end of the day, I'll do it for me. But everybody else, you know what I mean? So the armadillo's like, we got to work on that. We got to work on putting you up here at the top? Okay, and then we have card number 6, not for you. Look at that. The fortune cookie in the middle of the chess game. So there's something here that is not for you. It could be a person, a job, whatever the situation is. There's something here that is not for you. And again, you having that realization, not wearing the rose-colored pink glasses, right? And we do have the pink crystal, and this card is very pink. So not having, that blindness, but it's actually seeing something for what it really is. This is not the job for me. This is not the relationship for me. This is not um the home for me, whatever. Like you realizing, look, I'm not fitting right here. I don't fit in. These are not my people, right? I always say what's your people and what is not your people. You might be around people that are not your people, and that might be why you're also so protective in your show. That also might be why you're so quiet, because if you notice, when you get around people that you feel comfortable and that are your people, you open up and you start to communicate, and you start to say all these things, and you start to share. But when you feel like you're in an environment that is not your people, that's when you're in that ball. You roll yourself up in that armor ball, and you're not going to say anything. You're just going to be in protective energy. Okay, we have card number 5 here. Wow, another 5. Changes, choices, and challenges. And it's right underneath this 5 of the door of new opportunities. It says the orphan. Okay, the orphan. So, yeah, maybe feeling like people left you orphan, like they walked away, like they left you solo, right? Like a child that has been orphaned with nobody to take care of them. So, it's that feeling of having to fend for yourself. And maybe this is something that's always had to have been since you were little, because again, we do have this broken house here that says there are no secrets that time does not reveal, and there's something that needs to be healed within you. That feeling, what needs to be healed within you is that feeling of being orphaned, of being that child, and maybe having to work on that inner child, having to give that inner child love. And how do you do that? By doing something for yourself, something that's going to make you happy. And again, it's going to bring little you, little Pile 1, some happiness, right? I know I do that. Trust me, I'll do something for myself, but I know that it is my inner child that is so happy with that. That's why I use so many toys as like the props as the pile selections. I mean, look, I have a troll lighter here. You know what I mean? I do a lot of that for my inner child, and I feel like the armadillo is telling you you need to work on that too. You need to like stand firm and put yourself first too. And then we have 26 breaking down 28 with happy, happy. Look at that. Yeah, finding things that are going to make you happy, happy. And it's funny because she's holding all these balloons. That's what children do, right? They love balloons. Kids love balloons. So give them a balloon and they'll be entertained, you know? So here we have 4 balloons and she is happy, happy with these 4 balloons. 26 breaking down to the 8. 8 is a number of abundance. And we have 8 again. We have 8, 8, 8. We have 8 3 times here for you, okay? Hmm. And 8 is the number that vibrates with abundance. There could be abundance for you, but abundance could be in any way, right? It could be a lot of things, and it could be an abundance of happiness here for you. Stability too is what I'm getting. I'm also seeing in my mind's eye this wonderful psychic medium that I know that I've gotten readings from her before. They're amazing, and she is a Sagittarius too, as a matter of fact. And she's always like from house to house, having to move, basically having to live out of a suitcase. And she's like, I hate that. I'm like, but that's such Sagittarius energy. She's like, I know, but I hate it. I just want stability. I just want like a home, like just a place to just be there, and that's it. Not have to worry about like I gotta get my suitcase, gotta rent the van, gotta rent the U-Haul and then find a place to go. Like she's like, I'm tired of that. And that's what I'm seeing that energy here, and I'm kind of getting that. Like I'm just tired of the shifts, right? Because I feel like what would make you happy is stability. Stability here would make you happy. And it would help also again with that orphaned feeling of there's something here that needs to be healed. Also with this house here, like I said, this broken down house that looks like it's been in a fire. I mean, look, the windows are busted up, the stairs are busted. There's all kinds of stuff here on the floor. What is that? I don't know. There's all kinds of junk on the floor. So yeah, it's like needing that stability. All right, but let's go ahead and get some tarot now. Let's get some tarot. Okay. We're going to use the Panda Tarot. Oh, look, and we have the Queen of Wands. Beautiful Leo energy. Aries, Sag, also fire. Very fiery. Fire. Speaking of fire again, right? Definitely transformation here for you. It's like the armadillo's like saying like you're like the phoenix. You're definitely that phoenix energy of the phoenix rising from the ashes, coming out of that fire, right? Because they appear after a freaking fire. Like, where did this armadillo come from? They appear after a fire. So again, it's like saying resilience, right? Resilience, adapting, change, transformation, and going with it, because there's another path now. There's a new path emerging here for you, especially with the door opening and this egg saying you're starting a new slate. Yeah, the armadillo's letting you know, like, you're on your way. You're on your way to some changes here. Internal changes too, though. I don't know why I'm hearing, oh no, my nose is itching too, my goodness. I'm hearing, I don't even know who sings the song, but let me tell you some of the words that I'm hearing. It says, loving you is easy because you're beautiful. Loving you is easy because you're beautiful. Something like that. That's what I keep hearing. I keep hearing it, and I keep hearing it as I've been talking. So something about you, it's there's something very beautiful about you, but it's like the armadillo saying you need to see it. You're not seeing it. Okay? Okay, we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. This is Cancer, could also be Pisces, Scorpio. So definitely not seeing it, not appreciating yourself. And, you know, with the Nine of Cups, we know that these cups represents kind of like his trophies, his prizes, his accomplishments. And he's here like, look at all the stuff I have, right? Oh, my nose is itching so bad now. It is nine, the number of completion. Well, anyways, he's saying, look at all these cups, look at all my trophies, look at all my accomplishments. But it's in the reverse. So it's like you not being able to see that. You not bragging about yourself, not recognizing yourself. You not seeing how great you are, your accomplishments, right? Because you've gone through things for sure that people have stabbed you in the back here with this crocodile tears, and they've stabbed you in the back, and they've done things to you that's made you feel like, well, what did I do? Am I unworthy? So it's like you not being able to see, look at everything you have, everything you've accomplished, look how far you've come. Okay, let's go. And we have the Chariot. Speaking of look how far you come, look at that. The Chariot, Cancer energy again. Like I said, the Nine of Cups here is Cancer. And then we do have the Chariot with Cancer again. Okay, so moving forward, you're definitely on a path. Like I said, the armadillo's like you're going somewhere else. There's a change here for you. Internal change for sure. There's a lot of work here, a lot of healing with the crystals. What in your life needs to be healed, but also there's change, maybe even moving, like maybe you might even be physically moving here with, speaking of renting the U-Haul, look, right? He looks like he's in that U-Haul, so you might even be actually physically moving too, or maybe getting a new vehicle too. This could also represent a car, so you could also be getting a new vehicle. Look, the Chariot is number 7, and now look, 7 again. The 7 now, the 7 of Wands here, defensive energy, fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, defending yourself. Yeah, definitely standing up, defending yourself, especially after a lot of people have torn you down. It's like you've had to basically learn how to defend yourself and protect yourself, because Armadillo is a protective energy. He has his shield basically with him. He carries his shield on his body. So it's like you definitely having your shield with you, you know, and not being dismissive and not letting others tear you down. Ooh, ooh, okay, let's see. Yeah. And we have the Fool in the reverse. Look at that. Okay, Uranus energy. Aquarius, look at that. He has his bag and the moon is right here, right in front of him. And it is in the reverse though, but it's like you're on your path, but almost not trusting. And not, again, it's not trusting yourself and saying, am I doing the right thing? Maybe I'm not, maybe this. And look, and it's right underneath the jellyfish, and the jellyfish saying, don't let somebody manipulate you, right? It says, don't overthink, just go with the flow, and don't let someone manipulate you and make you insecure. Exactly. Okay, they want to see you caged and in the shadows. And that's why this Fool is in the reverse, because it's like almost like somebody's in your ear saying, don't do it like that, or stay here, don't move. Because again, I do feel there's a lot of movement here. It might really be moving homes or just movement in your life where there's a transformation, but somebody's like, no, don't move, or don't change that, or don't be that way, like just stay the way it is, leave everything how it was. No, no. And you know that, trust yourself, trust your own instinct, your own intuition, and don't turn it off, don't dismiss it, or don't say, well, that's my friend, or that's my family member, they won't do that to me, or that's my lover, or whatever that is, this person. It's like, don't do that, because you're constantly giving people the benefit of the doubt, which is very Pisces. We do have Pisces here as immutable, very Pisces energy. And it's like, trust yourself, okay? Trust yourself first. Trust your instincts first, okay? That's not going to lie to you. People are going to lie to you. Your instincts are not, okay? All right, well, that is all I have for you, Pile 1. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number 2, the swordfish, I always like to associate the piles with an element, but since we're only doing 3 piles, we're doing modalities. And the modality of associate this pile with is cardinal. So you could be an Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, okay? So for those of you that selected the swordfish, I'm getting very Queen of Swords energy, okay? Very bad bee energy here. Like, you're not the one, okay? You are definitely not the one. Also, for those of you that's selected the swordfish, you're somebody that's been through like spiritual battles. Like, you're somebody that's had a lot of haters, psychic attacks for sure. They've sent a lot of psychic, spiritual attacks towards you. And right now, at the moment, you might also be facing another psychic attack at the moment. For those of you that chose this, that might be going on right now. But you've definitely been in battle. You're definitely somebody that's done battle. In the spirit realm, there's been a lot of haters, a lot of psychic attacks. And I've definitely, like I said, I feel like you are bad B energy. Like you are not the one. You are not the one to mess with. I'll tell you that. You might have RBF face, right? RBF. You know what people might say. You have resting B face because you're not the one to be messed with. But you're also somebody very protective of your loved ones, those that you care about. Oh, you're somebody that will do battle for your loved ones. Like people are not going to mess with you or the ones you love. And if they think that, then they're mistaken. Okay, so swordfish is a splash splash. I'm a swift swordfish, slicing through the water with my long pointed bill and hunting for prey. Yeah, exactly. Like some people think that you're going to be prey, and it's actually the other way around. You're going to make them your prey. You're going to dog walk them. They think they're going to get you. You're going to dog walk people. Okay, so you are not the one. I'll tell you that, pile two, especially with cardinal energy here. No, 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 they are the initiators. They are going to get it taken care of. They're going to step up. You're definitely somebody that's going to step up and take care of things. What else with the swordfish energy though? You're also somebody that likes to get to the truth. You don't like BS. I don't want to say that. I heard some words and I'm like, what? I heard you don't want to pussyfoot around, okay, is what I heard. So I was like, wait, what? What did I just hear? So you're somebody that does not like to do that. You definitely like to say the truth. You like to be upfront. And some people might take offense to it. They might think you're too blunt or you shouldn't have said that. But again, I feel like you're somebody that likes to speak with the truth. You don't like to sugarcoat. You don't like to play games. You like to be very much upfront. You're like, don't waste my time. If you want to date me, fine. If you just want to play around, let me know. Like, what do you want? What do you want here, right? Um, Also, when people are lying, so it's like you don't entertain that. You're basically, you will cut them off or you will cut down their lies, and you would be like, look, I know you're lying, so just tell me the truth, right? Basically, I already know you're lying, just tell me the truth. So you're definitely not going to entertain the lie and go along with it. You're somebody that likes to get to the truth. You're also somebody that goes within, so that's a really good thing. Kind of gives me hermit vibes too. So sometimes you just like to be by yourself. Sometimes you just like to go within. You don't want to talk to people. You don't want to, be in all these energies and stuff. I mean, which is fine. Sometimes you like to do that, but other times I feel like you're just trying to ride solo by yourself and just get your alone time, which is really good for you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into your cards. I already have some cards pulled here for you, and then we're just going to do some tarot after, okay? So let's get into your first card. 56. I'm feeling an energy shift, so just give me like a second because I'm really feeling it as I pick up the card. Wow. Pay close attention to friends who don't clap when you win. What was I just telling you? This here. Look at that. 56, okay? Breaks down to an 11, breaks down to a 2. 2 is the number of partnerships, Libra energy. We do have Libra here as a cardinal sign. My nose, oh my gosh, it's itching again. Pay close attention to friends who don't clap when you win. So again, jealousy, you're somebody that definitely has a lot of people that are jealous of you, and this is normally like a lot of friends. I would say frenemies. You definitely do have a lot of like haters and people that are just jealous, but they're supposedly like your friends. So I'm getting a lot of frenemy energy for you. And again, the swordfish is saying pay attention to those people that don't clap when you win, because again, it's just haters, right? But again, you seem to always know the truth, and again, because you're somebody that goes within, so I feel like you're able to intuitively pick it up and find out that this person's just being full of it. This person's just paying me some type of lip service, but they're not really meaning it. Okay, so we have 57 here. Sometimes the solution is easier than we think. I don't know why, but this picture with these three little kids makes me feel like this boy is kind of like the preacher, and he's teaching the two little ones like how to pray or something, right? Like it's just easy. Look, you just close your eyes and start to speak, just start just start to say what's on your mind. So I feel like the little kid's almost kind of guiding him, almost like Hierophant vibes, right? Now I'm like, wait, this kid's kind of giving me the Hierophant vibes, and then with the other two, how how it is in the tarot. Where's the card? Where's the tarot? So I can look for it right now and show you. But anyway, so yeah, sometimes the solution is easier than we think, and it's like you're able to figure out too that sometimes things aren't as complicated, right? Again, it's like going within and finding those answers within yourself. You like I said, you like to be kind of in hermit energy sometimes, And this is kind of you, and maybe telling other people, hey, do your own thing, figure out your own answers, go into hermit energy, also pray, meditate, whatever you got to do, find the solution within you. Okay, then we have number 8 here. Summer is filled with the flavor of nostalgia and fun. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 little kids here on this card too. And it's the card of summer, right? You're out of school, you're on summer break, and you're having fun. So you might have something coming up in the summer too, is what I'm getting. It's so interesting because they're at the beach and you pick the swordfish, right? The water element here. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We do have Cancer here as the cardinal. And Cancer does initiate the summer. So something here with the summer is what I'm getting here for you. You're doing something in the summer. You're going on vacation. Something is initiating here with the summer for you. You're celebrating a birthday in the summer. Something here with the summer. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like in the summer, people tend to kind of take it easy more, right? They're not working as hard. Kids are on break, they're not studying, so they're just kind of having fun. So it's also about having balance, right? Because you do seem to have the energy where people think you're somebody very serious. And you're like, no, I can have fun too. I can cut up with the rest of them, but I know with who and who I can't. You know what I mean? You know who's real and who's not. Okay, and then we have 48 here with angel number 555. Look, changes, choices, and challenges, right? This challenging phase in your life is about to pass. So you might be going through a challenging moment right now. And like I said, you're somebody that's had a lot of spiritual, psychic attacks, and you might be going through one right now. Okay, if you pick swordfish, you might be going through one right now. And that's why we have this angel number here, 555. This challenging phase in your life is about to pass. It's probably about to pass soon. It's like good, but I do feel like you're somebody that goes through this a lot because you definitely do have a lot of haters. Okay, we have frog here, 27 breaking down to a 9 with water element. It's time to release the muddy thoughts, eat healthier, sing, meditate, pray, and protect your fucking energy. Exactly what I was saying here with the swordfish. You're somebody very protective of your energy because you've been through a lot of battles here. I love the frog. The frog to me is it's always Pisces energy, but it's like always like water energy to me. And the frog is about transformation. It's rebirth. So it's not just like a birth, but it's a rebirth. There's a basically like an upgrade too of yourself, and I do feel like you've upgraded yourself because you've been through so many things, so many challenges, so many attacks, that yeah, you did have to become the hermit, right? The hermit figures out his own answers. The hermit doesn't seek answers from other people, like what should I do, should I talk to them, should I ignore them, what do I do? No, the hermit doesn't do that. Hermit goes within and he's like, what do I do? Asking himself. Ask yourself that, and that's something that you've done a lot. So I do feel like you have the frog here for that. Also here, when somebody, like when somebody gets um spiritual attacks, psychic attacks, you do change. Like you might eat less or you might eat more, or you might sleep less, you might sleep more. Like your patterns change, your behavior patterns change. And so here with this frog saying it's time to release that energy, eat healthier, sing, meditate, pray, and protect your energy. So there's definitely that you need to do so we can change this challenge right now. The frog to me is always the judgment card too in tarot, the judgment card, which is about that, like that second chance, right? It is Pluto energy, so that is Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about transformation. So I definitely do feel like there's a change here that the frog is also saying you need to look at things and you need to change some things up because certain things have been moved for you without you wanting them moved and without you knowing they were moved. But again, it has to do because of you having like haters and psychic attacks and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Um, I always feel like the frog has so much to say. I really do. The frog really, really does speak when he comes through. Something about the rain too, okay? Maybe needing to collect rainwater to maybe you need to, I mean, I don't know if it's rained where you live, but maybe needing to collect some rainwater. And you might need to do that for a cleansing ritual. Okay. All right, let's move on. So we have 71 breaking down to an 8 with spider, air element. Okay, we do have Libra here as the air element. It says they try to trap your energy and send you evil eyes. See, there you go again. But they're unaware it's going to go back to them like a boomerang. Okay, so Somebody send you evil eye, their energy. Like I said, this is air element here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's number 8. Somebody's also trying to mess with your money, with your stability, trying to block your money too, is what I'm getting. Your connections with people. This is somebody that you're connected with. This could be somebody from work, could be like work people that are jealous of you, or just your friends, right? Because we do have pay close attention to friends who don't clap when you win as the first card. Oh my goodness. Whew. I'm like, whoo, you got too many haters. Okay, 76 Tiger. Okay, fire element. Ooh, Aries, Leo, Sag. And we do have Aries here as a cardinal. Okay, trust yourself. You are classy and sexy bad bee. Tap into your intuitive gifts. Others crave your sensuality and desire you. Look at that. So, yeah, you definitely do have people that are jealous. Maybe you're very attractive. Maybe you look good, and maybe you don't even like have to try hard too. Is what I'm getting. Like, you're somebody that could be wearing a potato sack, and you look good. You make that potato sack look good. You rock it. You know what I mean? So this is just naturally, it's you, it's who you are. You draw people in, but then there's those people that can't do that. They don't have that ability that you do, and that makes them jealous. It makes them hate on you. So I definitely do see that with the tiger here, very giving me Leo vibes, and we know Leo can definitely draw people in. And then next to that, we have the cat. So we have the tiger, which is like the big cat, and then we have the cat, which is like the little cat. So definitely cat energy. Cat energy is also very witchy, very Queen of Wands. So again, fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, very witchy. So you're somebody that has spiritual gifts, and that's also another thing. Also, people with spiritual gifts might be, trying to attack your gifts, right? Okay, we have 14 breaking down to a 5, changes, choices, and challenges with fire again. Fire element, Aries, Leo, Sag. You exude divine feminine power and psychic gifts, see, that are untouchable to muggles. Embrace the divine within you. Embrace it. Rock it, People try to, I just heard embrace it, rock it. People try to stop it. Okay. Got my spirit guides trying to rhyme here. Embrace it, rock it. People try to stop it. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Okay. I already know who that is too, which of my spirit guides that would say something like that. Embrace it, rock it. People try to stop it. That's funny. I'm gonna have to remember that. So yeah, so definitely very, very attractive energies. What I'm getting, that's probably why you have haters, right? Okay, let's continue. We have 56 here with bridge. Two things are coming together. Do you know what they are? So with the bridge here, you're crossing the bridge. So you're going from one place to another. You're definitely shifting that transition, right? With the frog here, you're going from one to something else. You're going from this place to this place. You're going from this life situation to this life situation. So there's something shifting here for you, but it does say there are two things coming together for you right now. So it says, do you know what they are? There's two things in your life that are about to basically change right now. Okay. We have 33 with the gorilla. Is someone with a huge ego giving you problems or creating conflicts with others? Look at that. Okay, so we have the feeling an energy shift. Oh my gosh. We have the gorilla here. And so somebody that pounds on their chest and tries to be big and bad is like trying to intimidate you, trying to scare you, trying to, whatever, because they obviously see that you're big and bad. Like I said, you definitely give off bad B energy. Like you're not the one to mess with. Somebody sees that and says, "Oh yeah, I'll challenge that energy. My energy will challenge yours," and that's what they're basically trying to do with this huge ego of theirs. This says they're giving you problems and creating conflicts, creating conflicts with others. So it's like somebody might be talking about you to other people to create conflict, because alone they can't take you down. So maybe they're trying to get others to kind of all come against you, which is, that's so weak. But anyways, we have 86 here with the rooster. Okay, are you backing down too much when you should be asserting yourself? Look at that with the rooster here. With the rooster is like saying, don't back down, assert yourself. Don't let this person come in and start pounding on their chest, thinking that they're going to keep you quiet, or that they're going to keep you from telling the truth, or calling out their lies or whatever. It's like the rooster's like, don't back down, don't back down. Okay. Okay, we have 36 breaking down to a 9 with it says It says risk yourself here in Spanish, but in the English version, it says come to the edge. I think that's what the card is called, come to the edge. But here in Spanish, it says risk yourself. Definitely, okay? So go ahead, take the risk. There's a solution here for you. Sometimes the solution is easier than we think. So go ahead and do it. The swordfish is saying go ahead and do it. You're definitely protected, okay? You are definitely protected. And the swordfish makes me think of the sword of Archangel Michael, right? So you might even have Archangel Michael protecting you. Okay, we have 48 here with prepared. It says prepared here, but in the English version, it says poised. You are poised. And in the Spanish one, it says prepared. So let's just put them together, English and Spanish. You are poised and prepared. You are ready to go. You are ready to do battle, basically. You are ready to do battle. You are ready to go. And this person thinks they're going to take you down, and obviously you're not. They're not. They're not going to succeed because, again, this is about to end, and this is about to boomerang on their ass, okay? All right, so let's go to this card, 47, with, it says don't give up, which in Spanish it's saying don't give up, but in the English version it says go the distance. So let's put them together again. Go the distance and don't give up. Go the distance and don't give up. That's what the swordfish is telling you, okay? Definitely remember that. Go the distance and don't give up. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the tarot. All right, let's get 4. We're using the Panda Tarot. Look, we have the 9 of Wands, okay. The wounded soldier. Yeah, you're definitely the wounded soldier. I definitely do feel like you have a lot of battle scars on you from the attacks of people. And just for being you. Just for being you. They felt it was okay to attack. But it's not. So, alright, let's get 4 cards. For pile number 2, the swordfish, please. Alright. So, first card we have is the Lovers, Gemini energy. The Lovers. Very interesting. Huh. You know what? Oh my gosh. You're somebody that, like, I feel like your ex's partners, like their new partners, end up being the ones that send you hateful energy. And you're like, I'm not even trying to be with my ex or trying to be with their partner, but I feel like they focus a lot on you and send you attacks. Again, it could even be lovers, right? It could even be like lovers, ex-lovers, but I feel like it has to do more with their partners hating on you. Okay, so we have the 8 of Pentacles here, Earth element. This is Capricorn, could also be Taurus, Virgo. Starting new. Okay, this is the Apprentice card. This is the Apprentice here. There's an initiation of starting something new. And again, I feel like a lot of this could be somebody that is married to an ex. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. Somebody that married an ex of yours. This isn't going to be for everybody, because for some people it is going to be a friend, a co-worker, because I feel a lot of work energy here too. But for some people, it is the spouse of an ex. Okay? Just take what resonates. This is a general reading. Wow. Okay. And we have the moon here, Cancer energy. Could also be Pisces. Look at that. And we do have Cancer here as a cardinal. So a lot of clarity, things coming to light. Again, it's like, you know, what is said and done in the dark will be coming to the light. So you don't really worry too much about that. I mean, you definitely do cut the bull out. Like, you don't want to be around those people or talk to those people, but you eventually, you always know, like, eventually it's what they're saying or their bull or their games, it's going to come to light. You're very intuitive too here with the moon. You're definitely very intuitive. You definitely do have um these psychic gifts here with the cat. How it says you have psychic gifts. You definitely do. I'm getting Libra energy here too for some reason with the moon. I know it's Cancer, Pisces, but I'm feeling Libra. So you might be a Libra. We do have Libra here too as a cardinal. Okay, let's get one more. And I think that will be it for pile number 2 with the swordfish. Okay. And we have the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, very interesting. I actually like this card in the reverse because it tells me that whatever the blocks were, we're not blocked anymore. It's like we're flowing more now, right? We're able to flow through that water, through that energy. We're able to shift here. So I really like that because when it's in the upright, it talks about being disconnected. There's an emotional disconnect. There's an emotional disconnect with people, with money, right? With the flow of things, with yourself, and there's a disconnect with spirit, even though you're somebody very psychic. Because again, you had psychic attacks to try to change that for you, to try to disconnect you, because we do have the frog here saying, kind of like snap back into it, because you got to meditate, you got to pray, you got to sing, you got to dance, you got to do these things that are going to shift it. You got to cleanse your energy. Something with the rain again, okay? But definitely, right? When it's in the upright, there's something wrong. There's something disconnected. It's not plugged in. When it's in the reverse, how it came out, it means the plug has now gone back into the wall and we are connected again. We're on Wi-Fi again. We're on Wi-Fi with spirit. We're definitely connecting. We're connecting that energy again. So there is a connection here. There is a flow of money coming in again. There's also a flow of your ideas, of your mind, of your thinking, of your feelings. So things are healing. We're in the healing process here, because here, in the upright, he's on crutches and he's got his little leg broken. And here in the reverse, it's like we let go of the crutches. We don't need the crutches anymore. We are plugged in. We are connected, right? And things are moving again here in the reverse. So I actually like this card coming out in the reverse for you. And it was the last card. So I am kind of liking, we're moving back into that energy, where we're beating, beating the battle that we're in, constant battle after battle, but you're definitely beating them. And they think they're going to somehow win. But again, it's going back to them. Okay. All right. Well, that is all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, for those of you who chose pile number 3, the pigeon, I always like to associate the piles with an element, but since we're only doing 3 piles, we're associating them with modalities. And the modality to associate this pile with is fixed. So, you could be a Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, or Scorpio. Okay. So, for those of you that chose the pigeon, with the pigeon energy, it does talk about somebody that is that wants peace, right? You just want peace. Maybe things are chaotic. Maybe there's a lot of things going on at the moment, a lot of chaos. The pigeon is about finding tranquility and inner peace, even in the midst of the hustle and bustle of the city, of the surroundings, of everything going on. So maybe you live in a big city, or maybe there's just a lot going on right now. We know there's a lot of things going on here in the US right now, right? There's just a craziness, madness. And so it's kind of like the pigeon is also a messenger, and he's giving the message of like trying to find inner peace, trying to do something for yourself that's going to make you feel okay, that's going to make you feel better. Like, it's okay to take care of yourself. It's okay to stop for a moment and maybe even enjoy the little things, because again, the pigeon is all about the hustle and the bustle going on around, and the pigeon makes me think of like New York for some reason. I've never been to New York. I would love to one day visit, but it gives me the image of like New York, how it looks like it's very busy and everybody's walking in all kinds of directions. Everybody's, go, go, go. And we know that expression, it's in a New York minute, because New York seems to be going very fast paced. It's a New York minute. So here with the pigeon, you're probably somebody that has your life going in a very fast pace, very New York minute type. And the pigeon saying it's okay if everything's, going fast, but also take time to recognize that you need to slow down. You need to take care of yourself and recognize the little things in your life, and also maybe the people in your life, kind of those little moments, because I'm also seeing a clock, and with like time passing, time passing. So it's like time is passing, and don't let it escape you to where you're going to escape certain moments that you should have had, or things that you should have, maybe taken the time to take some time for, to enjoy. So the pigeon is like kind of saying, just, give yourself a little peace, a little relaxation. The pigeon also talks about forgiveness. So maybe there's somebody that you need to forgive, or you need to forgive yourself, but it's also about letting go, like let it go, and just have forgiveness. Let it be. Whatever will be, right? Que sera, sera, that song, right? um oh gosh, hold on, look at this. Camera's falling. Look at, did you see that when I said that? Oh, okay. So it's also about forgiveness, letting go. Also has to do with like childlike energy. So it maybe also giving yourself a little distraction because maybe you're somebody that works. Gives me kind of also Capricorn vibes, earth energy. We know that the earth signs are very like always on the go with work. Okay, they're always busy working. They're always busy working. Well, can they be busy playing? you know, so that's what I'm kind of getting here with the pigeon. He's kind of like saying you need some of that time for you. Also, like I said, pigeons are the messenger too. So also pay attention that your spirit guides might be trying to give you messages, and they might be like things that you're not even noticing. So you might even see a pigeon, a lone pigeon somewhere, and you're sitting there like you're like, where does this pigeon come from? So again, that's like maybe a message from your spirit guides. They're trying to give you a message. So just pay attention. Um, Definitely, like I said, healing, forgiveness. And we do have these cards here that do talk about maybe you needing to do some forgiving and some healing, right? And some letting go. Okay. But let's go ahead and take a look at your cards. Okay, we have 62 breaking down to an 8 with some secrets are like stones too heavy to carry. Okay, so again, maybe secrets needing to be really. One of the piles, was it pile 1 or 2? One of the piles I think had this card too. No, they didn't. No, but it was about secrets too. I'm like, wait, no, their pile was talking about secrets too. Um, so some secrets are like stones too heavy to carry. So there's like maybe this weight on your shoulders, this weight on your chest that you need to release, that you need to maybe talk about, need to release and forgive. Maybe even needing to go to therapy. Maybe you don't have to talk to this person or tell this person how they made you feel or what they did to you. Maybe just to a therapist, right? Or maybe just having that inner dialogue with yourself and then letting it go. Because it is like stones, right? You're carrying them like stones, and that is just too much weight for you to carry around. We need to be a little more light, a little more light-hearted too, is what I'm getting with the pigeon, a little more childlike energy, you know, of moving on, right? We have 30 here, breaking down to a 3. Be careful how you talk to yourself. You are listening. Be careful how you talk to yourself. You are listening. So yeah, so there's some maybe some negative thoughts here, some negative thinking, things that you're telling yourself that the pigeon's like, I don't want to hear it. The pigeon's like, don't say that. Don't say that about yourself. Don't say these things to yourself. You need to let them go. You need to forgive yourself. Maybe also, besides needing to forgive someone, you need to forgive yourself, maybe most importantly, and that's how you're going to release some of this weight that you are carrying like stones. And I do feel like your spirit guides are definitely trying to get your attention, honestly. I feel like the pigeon is the messenger, is the middleman between you and your spirit guides, because I feel like your spirit guides are using the pigeon to give you a message, right? Okay, so we have 48 here with angel number 555. This challenging phase in your life is about to pass. Okay, pile 2 also had this card. The angel number 555. This challenging phase in your life is about to pass. So this is about to pass. Maybe you're going through a difficulty. Yeah, and maybe you feel like I have to work, I have to stay focused. I can't like distract myself. I can't take my focus off for 1 minute, 1 second to enjoy time, to breathe. It's almost like you feel like you can't breathe also because you're so busy doing what you need to do here. And it's been very difficult. So you might be going through a very difficult, challenging time in your life right now. We have 16 here, breaking down to a 7. It says, pay attention to the signs, no matter how small. Exactly, like I said, that's what the pigeon is here for, to give you the signs. And it's interesting because, look, it's a bird feather, and we know that the pigeon has feathers. So, yeah, again, maybe even a sign from your guides that is really small. Maybe you're not going to see the pigeon. Maybe you're just going to find a feather. And that's your sign. So it's like saying, pay attention to the signs, no matter how small, especially in the hustle and bustle of the city, right? Again, I'm picturing New York, especially in the hustle and bustle of that New York City where everybody's going in every direction and things are moving fast. Pay attention to the signs. No matter how small, your spirit guides are with you. They're trying to communicate with you. Okay, we have 37 breaking down to a 10, breaking down to a 1 with horse, fire element. Okay, spirit wants you to know that it's okay to free yourself from something or someone if the vibration is not aligning with you anymore. So, yeah, freeing yourself. The horse is all about freedom. You know, it's all about resilience too, right? Being strong to move on. And so, again, whatever these secrets are, whatever this weight is, it's weighing you down and it's keep you from progressing. It's keeping you from moving forward. It's keeping you from your connection with spirit, with your guides, and even with the people here in this earthly realm. There's something keeping you from furthering that connection and spirit, right? The pigeon too, your spirit guides are saying you need to release it so you can have freedom here, like the horse. If it's not aligning with you, if it's something that isn't for you, then you need to release it and let it go. Okay, we do have the snake here, 68 with air element. Okay, we do have Aquarius here as air element, and with the horse fire, we do have Leo. Okay, it says, an important transformation has enlightened you, and though it was painful, It was part of your soul contract for your growth. Look at that. Something very painful that's had you with these secrets, that's had you um, talking negative to yourself. She's in a very protective position. The way she's like with her head down and the way she has her arms crossed like this, she's very much in a protective position, trying to protect herself, trying to protect her energy. But how do you protect yourself when it's your mind, your own thoughts telling you negative things, right? So again, just be careful how you talk to yourself. You are listening. And then some secrets are like stones too heavy to carry. So there's something that you are carrying here. Very painful, very difficult transformation with the snake, but it, like it says, it was part of your soul contract, as part of your growth, and you definitely grew, you changed from it, but it is also time to let it go. Okay, we have 76 here with the tiger, fire element, fire. We do have Leo here, and card 2 also had this, pile number 2 also had this card. Okay, tiger. Trust yourself. You are classy, sexy, and a bad bee. Tap into your intuitive gifts. Others crave your sensuality and desire you. So you definitely do have spiritual gifts. You're very intuitive, but it's almost like you close yourself off to them. And also, again, I feel like that's why your spirit guides are using this pigeon to say, pay attention, pay attention. We are around you. We're trying to talk to you. We're trying to give you signs, even small ones, but you're not paying attention. So maybe they sent you the feather and you didn't even pay attention to it because it's small. Now they're sending you the whole pigeon. They're like, not just, you're not just getting the feather, but now you're getting the whole pigeon. They want you to pay attention. Okay. So you're somebody very intuitive. Okay, we have 22 here with the duck, earth element. Okay, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. We do have Taurus here as one of the fixed signs. It says they haven't changed. Don't turn a blind eye. Their actions and words do not align with each other. Ooh, okay. Somebody, you know that saying, if it whacks like a duck, wait, if it whacks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, then it is a duck, right? So that's what we have here. Basically, your spirit guides, your spirit team, the pigeon, they're saying somebody is a duck. Trust that. They're telling you they're not the snake, but they are. So it's definitely trust that this person is the duck. They're definitely saying trust that, okay? Don't turn a blind eye. This person has not changed. So maybe somebody's come back around into your life. Somebody that had you with these secrets, somebody that had you with these burdens, and they're like, oh, but that's not me anymore. I changed. And they're still the same person. This could even be a family member. This could be a parent, right? Um, that treated you poorly, an adult in your life, or you were a child, maybe a grandparent or somebody, they treated you poorly in your life as a child, and now they've come back around and they're like, oh, but I've changed, not that way anymore. No, they're still the same. And it's interesting because I had only asked for 4 cards from this animal deck, and 5 came out because one more card came out with the weasel. Well, then this one came out last too, but these two came out together, the duck and the weasel. Now let's read the weasel because it was very interesting to me how these two came out together. Okay, 83 with the weasel, air element. So we have earth and air. Okay. It says someone is lying to you. They will backstab you and try to delay your blessings. Don't let your guard down. Vibes don't lie. People and their words do. What did I tell you? Look, the duck here is saying don't turn a blind eye. This person hasn't changed. The weasel, it says someone is lying to you. They will backstab you and try to delay your blessings. Don't let your guard down. Vibes don't lie. People in their words do. That might be also why your spirit guides are so on you right now, trying to get your attention. I feel heavy, like they're like, almost pounding on your head, like knock, knock, somebody home. They're definitely trying to get your attention. It might be because of this situation or this person that's come back around saying I've changed or whatever. And it's just weighing a lot on you, and they're going to put more weight on you. And your spirit guides are like, we're not trying to have none of that. Okay. All right, and this was the last card that came out, 51 breaking down to 6 with earth element again. Okay, we do have again, like I said, Taurus here is the earth element. Okay, we have owl. You have looks, brains, and the intuition of a seer. So you're definitely very intuitive and you have the intuition of a seer, very psychic, okay? All the lessons you learned made you know how to use your instincts and your intuition. You've definitely gone through a lot of things, a lot of lessons, but again, your guides are saying don't turn it off or don't dismiss it, because even though it's small things, trust your intuition that even the littlest things are meaning something. Even the littlest things have a message for you, okay? And then we have 31 breaking down to a 4 with owl again. So look, we have 2 owls. Okay, we have 51 And this one is 31. So maybe numbers that end in 1 also might have a message for you. Okay, numbers that end in 1, 51 and 31, and they are both owls. Owl is a very wise soul, always gives me kind of like earth and water energy. So yeah, so there's a lot of wisdom here with you. Okay, it says owl. Are you seeing the signs that your life is about to shift for the better? Okay, this is the second card saying, are you seeing the signs? Are you seeing the signs that life is about to shift for the better? Pay attention to the signs, no matter how small. Okay, so this is what I'm kind of getting here. Okay, so now this is making a little more sense here. So what I'm getting is that there's something in your life that's about to shift with blessings here, right? Yeah, with the weasel saying that somebody's going to come in and try to basically delay your blessings. There's something shifting here for you with these owls. And so again, now tell me this isn't true. When something good's about to happen, here comes old willy-nilly whoever from the past trying to come into your life, and then they kind of bring you down, try to stop you, trying to keep your progress from happening. Almost kind of like with an ex. Like you forgot about them, you moved on, now you started dating somebody else, and now you're all happy or whatever. And then here comes old willy-nilly from the past, and he's like, oh, but I miss you, let's make it work. It's like that type of energy. So that's why I feel like your spirit guides are like, pay attention with this pigeon, because it's like somebody is trying to come in and mess up the positive energy that is shifting for you. That's what I'm getting here with this weasel. Okay, a weasel, go weasel somewhere else, because that's definitely what I'm getting here. All right, so let's keep going. 42, breaking down to a 6 with bear. Are you giving yourself credit for taking care of others so protectively? Oh, I love that energy. The bear is very mother energy and very father energy. Okay, it's like the empress and emperor energy here. Okay, 42, breaking down to a 6. That could be Virgo. It could also be Gemini. But anyways, so here, are you giving yourself the credit for taking care of others so protectively? And maybe you're just like, oh, it's just part of being a parent. Oh, it's just part of being a big brother. Oh, it's just part of being a big sister. No, not everybody is like you. Not everybody has that protective energy like you. So your guide, this pigeon, is like saying, give yourself credit. Give yourself props. You've done good. Don't, again, don't give yourself the negative thoughts and, oh, I'm not that great. No, 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 don't give yourself these negative thoughts that end up weighing you down. Don't do that to yourself. Give yourself props. Be proud of yourself. Look at the way the bear is standing. He's standing in a very like tall, protective stance. So yeah, be proud of yourself. Okay. We have 26, breaking down 28 with turtle. What did your experiences teach you that you can pass on to others? Look at that. The turtle is also very wise, like the owl, and you have two owls here. And the turtle is very wise, like the owl. The turtle carries his home on his back, right? So you're somebody with a lot of wisdom. You've had a lot of things, also a lot of time to go over things, and maybe also needing to kind of do that because you got to let go of some of these things that been with you for a long time too, is what I'm getting. Okay, what did your experiences teach you that you can pass on to others? What lessons that all these difficulties teach you that not only can you tell others, but by living your life the way you're living it now is going to show other people that that's how they can live their life too. Basically just your life being an example of what others can have their life be. So it depends on what you're going to do. Good, do good. You're going to show them to do bad. Good. You do bad. You're going to show them to do bad. Is that type of energy? Okay. Are you taking the time to sort through the small details more closely? Look at that with number 11, hairbrush. Okay, yeah, so the hairbrush is about combing, taking the time to slowly comb and comb and comb very slowly, get your hair all brushed out nice and brush so that you get all the knots out of it. So this is about taking the time again to sort through the small details. And again, we have small. Pay attention to the signs no matter how small. There's definitely a lot of signs here and a lot of small signs. Like I said, they sent you the freaking feathers and you didn't pay attention. So they're like, okay, we're sending you the pigeon now. The pigeon is a messenger. You didn't pay attention to the messages with the feather. You're gonna pay attention to the message with the with the pigeon. So pay attention to the small things, okay? And this card here is number 50, breaking down to a 5, changes, choices, and challenges. It says there's no place like home. Look at that. Makes me think of Dorothy, too, when she clicks her heels 3 times and she's like, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. When she wants to go home back to Aunt B after she's experienced Oh, the hardships, right? And she lived in Kansas where it was nice and slow, and then she had to go into the hustle and bustle of going into Oz and seeing all the craziness and stuff she had to go through, right, to get home. So I do feel like there's a message here of just kind of needing to slow down, and again within yourself, because there is a lot of craziness out there in the world. There is a lot of craziness going out, in this country right now and in the city and anywhere. There's a lot. So it's almost like taking the time to kind of disconnect and connect with yourself and connect with your guides, because I really do feel like your guides are basically like knocking to get in right now. Okay, we have the King of Wands as I'm cutting it. Fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. We do have Leo here. All right. Oh, that was pretty fast. And we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. This is Earth, Capricorn, um, Taurus, Virgo. Yeah, something might not be right. Could be with family. Again, some like childhood issues. Maybe even somebody like stealing money from you, stealing your inheritance, stealing something here with family not being right. There's something not right, and maybe there's that secret that you're carrying, those secrets that feel like stones or something here, and you need to work on letting go of that, because you're not like that. You're not like them. You're not like this person, because you have a very different energy, a very protective energy. You're like, I wasn't protected. I wasn't protected, but I will protect others. I will protect those I care about. I have a very protective energy. So this is definitely you. And you need to see that there's a very different energy between you and how the energy is over here where you were, treated badly. I was listening to, oh, my nose is itching. I was listening to a story yesterday. It was about like witchcraft, but I don't want to get into that part of it. The part of it that is standing out to me right now with about that story was that the guy that did the witchcraft, and again, that doesn't have to do with your part, but the part that has to do with your part is that the guy that did the witchcraft, he came from a family that had a really bad reputation. Like his last name was known around town in the hustle and bustle of the city as people that were like pickpockets. They were thieves. They'd go into stores and steal. They were shoplifters. They did this, they stole things, they blah blah blah. Like his family had a reputation, like, oh, pigeon, right? Oh, your last name is Pigeon. Oh, you're from that family. Oh, you're one of them. And so it's like that last name, that attachment made him look bad. People always thought bad of him, but he wasn't like them. He was so different. He was like, I am trying to do an honest living, work for my money. I'm not trying to steal from anybody. I'm not trying to lie to anybody. I'm not trying to cheat anybody. I just want somebody to love. I want to be in love. I want a partner that's faithful to me. I'm faithful to them. Like I am nothing like my family, but yet he was criticized and judged like he was one of them, even though his energy was so different. And that part of the story is what I'm getting here for you. Like whatever this person or family or these people, the situation was, you're not like them, and don't let that weigh on you because you're not like them. You know what I mean? And we have the star. Look at that, hope, the card of hope. Beautiful energy, Aquarius energy. Look at that. He's pouring into the earth, pouring into the ground for the more to grow, more to flourish, and he's giving back. And he's giving back water to where there's already water. So there's definitely hope here. Okay. Also guidance. I feel like there's also spiritual guidance here for you. Definitely a lot of spirit guides. You definitely are somebody that has a lot of spirit guides. I mean, we all have a lot of spirit guides. We all have quite a few, more than one. But you definitely do have a lot. I don't know why I'm getting that. You definitely have like 8 spirit guides, okay? You might have like 6 or 8, but I feel, oh my gosh, speaking of 6 or 8, look. 6, 8. Right underneath this card. Right underneath the star. 6, 8. Card 68. Wow. Okay. Alright, let's get 2 more, please. We have the Ace of Cups, new beginnings. Look at that, new beginnings. This is the universe giving you new opportunities to flourish. And again, accept those opportunities. Pay attention that the opportunities are coming. Pay attention to those changes, because again, here with the owl, okay, are you seeing the signs that your life is about to shift for the better? There's definitely a shift here. The universe, oh my gosh, and there's a dove here too. And what is a dove? It's nothing but a white pigeon, basically. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, your guides are like, we are sending you the birds. They're giving you the bird, okay? Because you have not paid attention to them with the feathers. They're like, we're giving you the bird, we're giving you the pigeon. And there's the white pigeon. I mean, the dove, right? It's a white pigeon, basically. Okay. And we have two cards. We have the Hierophant, Taurus energy, which we do have Taurus here. Okay, and the star is Aquarius. We do have Aquarius here. The Ace of Cups is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We do have Scorpio here. So we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus, and then we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse, which is Aries, Leo, Sag, and we do have Leo here. Excuse me. So we do have Taurus and Leo. I'm definitely feeling like there's going to be blessings here for you. There's been some negative things. I'm hearing backlash. I don't know for what, right? Maybe you got some backlash for something because I heard backlash. So there's been negative things here for you, but I feel like there's a shift for positive things. This is definitely your guides, right? I do feel like with the Hierophant, it's like the lessons that you've learned too. Again, with the turtle saying, what did these lessons teach you? Right? We have this queen in the reverse. Like there's been some bad things you've experienced. Definitely feeling just feeling like a spiritual connection with you and your guides. Maybe you had disconnected yourself because of all the bad things that you experienced in life, all the negative things maybe that you went through, and maybe even in your earlier years as a child is what I'm getting. Hmm. It's almost kind of like how can I believe that there's a higher power or somebody protecting me, or that there's guides protecting me if I've had bad things happen to me? Like it's almost like you've questioned those things. But again, I feel like all these things kind of made you stronger with the transformation here with the snake. All these things were kind of part of that soul contract to give you like this stronger strength, this stronger part of yourself. And again, don't let yourself get knocked down by anyone, and even your thoughts, okay? All right, well, that is what I have for you, pile number 3. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.